Hello, everyone. I'm Maya. I am feminine embodiment transformational coach and tantra educator. And today with me, I have a special guest and a friend, Genia. And we today are going to be talking about a very passionate topic, masculine and feminine. What is how to heal your internal masculine and feminine, um, how to balance them, how to learn how to dance in the polarity and in the duality. Hi, Zhenya.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. It's freezing in New York, and it's very beautiful wherever you are.
I am in Georgia right now, and it's not freezing, but it's kind of cold. I decided to go outside because it was so beautiful with all the foliage
Yeah, no,
and
I
stuff like
love
that.
the background. It's amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
So tell me, please, what is the unique magic with energy do you do?
Well, I do this wonderful numerology method of charting and making a chart of your energies. And it's a pretty unique method that was developed in Ukraine, Russia, and now it's finally making its way into the, uh, you know, um, other outside world. Uh, and it's beautiful method that's pretty accurate, and it shows you, what energies you have, including masculine and feminine. And um, a lot of people feel that they have maybe a lot of energies of the opposite gender. That maybe, like, for example, if it's a woman, she sometimes feel, oh, I have so much masculine energy, and they get scared of what to do with it. And that's, I guess, where we come in, right? You and me trying to find that perfect balance, trying to find out how these energies can be applied to our everyday activities, and how they can benefit us instead of harming us.
Beautiful. Yes, I work, right? Like, this is a big part of the work that I do, which rooted in Tantra. And Tantra, it's all about how we can balance the polarity, how we can find the benefits in the duality that always will be present in our lives and within ourselves, and turn it into our favor. And what I do and how I teach it is to understand what is empowered feminine, what is empowered masculine. And if you have a tendency for disbalance, or so-called wounded feminine, wounded masculine, how to rebalance it through the embodiment practices, and right through connecting to your senses, trusting your body and opening up your sensuality, and then following, because our bodies, right, within ourselves, if we always follow what feels good, it's kind of give us, right, like this magical tool to stay in alignment. The problem is conditioning, trauma, right, environment, outside obstacles, our connections, addictions, all of that stuff, right? Like how to peel all the layers and get to who you are. So that's the tools that I use, and you get this information through this chart with numbers. Like through numbers, you can see what is disbalanced.
Yeah, basically, this chart can show what happened in your childhood. That, sometimes maybe you can see the trauma, or sometimes you can see that something is hidden in your childhood that prevents you to get into balance with your masculine and feminine, or that you have a sick understanding of what masculine is. A lot of women went through so many traumas that they just do not understand what a healthy masculine is, and they get scared of certain things because they cannot step over that trauma and heal that trauma, and they keep coming back and back, and these are the ones that need to be healed. So it's very interesting um, about the wounded masculine and wounded feminine. I remember I took that class with you, and that was mind blowing for me because I was like, well, it's only masculine and feminine. And then it's no, it's so many different types of feminine. Not all feminine is the same, not
Mhm.
all masculine is the same.
Yeah.
And this chart that I do also shows that there is one pure feminine energy, one pure masculine, but there are also other energies that tend to be more on the masculine side or more on the feminine side. And it's not as easy as we think. It's not just, oh yeah, masculine, feminine. No, there's so many layers that people do not understand how complex this is.
From your experience, why would you say it's important to understand how to bring to balance your feminine energy and your masculine energy? Because we all, as humans, regardless of gender, we channel both masculine and feminine. So it's not that we're picking one or the other. Yeah. So from your experience, what would you say why it is important to bring them to this beautiful, balancing, sexy dance?
Well, first of all, balance is, I think, the main, the what's the word am I looking for? Balance is the main status. It's the status quo of the universe. It's a constant changing, constant looking, and constant balancing, rebalancing. But if you are not balanced, things are not going to happen.
Hmm.
Um, because let's say you have two baskets, right? You have one basket with, for apple picking, and one basket for oranges, right? One for apples, one for oranges. I don't know why I used that example. I think I maybe had my big Greek wedding in mind. But let's say um, if you like apples and you tend to pick only apples, then you might get sick of apples, right?
Hmm.
Or if you prefer oranges and you only pick oranges, you might get sick of oranges. And it's the same with energies. We do not operate on one energy. We operate in both, depending on the situation. For example, in a business environment, both men and women tend to tap more into their masculine energies. When it's creative, we both, men and women, tend to tap into our feminine energies. It's not that, you pick and choose one and that's it. This is, this is my flag and I'm walking with this flag, through my entire life. Um, no, you need to be able to, move freely between the energies and feel confident tapping into your masculine. Even if you're a girl who likes, everything pink, there's nothing wrong in tapping into your male energy. And, when you need to, when the circumstances, ask for this. And the same for guys. I don't think that guys who are always like, yeah, I'm the macho man, I'm the alpha male, it seems like a very tough life, um, for for these guys who constantly think that they need to be like, oh, I'm the master of the universe. It's a huge burden to carry on one's shoulders. What
Yeah.
do you think?
Agree with a lot of things that you mentioned. And in my work, what I see, right, the very typical scenario is that, right, for women, I am so established. I am, right, like I can do everything. And then there is this craving for relationships. And when relationships happens, right, like I don't know how to receive, I don't know how to surrender, and I don't know how to allow men to take care of me. Because when we're talking about, right, the beautiful harmony between masculine and feminine, whether it's internal or in a relationship, masculine wants to serve the feminine. And in order for masculine to serve the feminine, feminine needs to know what the hell she wants. And feminine needs to have the ability to receive, which is a huge problem because we all, as you said, from young age, we all operate on giving and kind of like acquiring our value through what we have. So basically, we're growing up without even like training our capacity to receive, to surrender, to open up, to right let life to take care of us, right? Trust that you'll be provided. And then another extreme, right? There is another type of women, especially, it's not only women, but women especially, where it's like, I cannot do anything. I need to have somebody to take care of me, which is completely another extreme. What happens when we're going out of balance in our masculine and feminine? It's either we giving up our power of like, I'm a victim, I don't know how to do it, I need to be taken care of, life is happening to me, or we're going into overdo. I can freaking conquer the world. I'm going to fight until my last breath. I need to be a winner, right? Like I need to do. I need to control. Boom, you out of balance. And I love how you said it. If you're out of balance, you cannot actually get what is it that yours, right? You cannot live your life. You can stay in the alignment. You're blocking your energy. And then it's like you're invisible to other people and to the universe.
Yep, that is very true. Very true. And I think it's also the fact that a lot of people do not think about it.
Hmm.
They do not think about, is there a balance in me? A lot of them are just like, oh, I'm a woman, I need my feminine energy, that's it. Or I'm a guy, I just need my, male energy, that's it. They are not aware of the complexity of the energies that are in us.
Yeah. It is 100% true. We don't think that it's important. We think that, oh well, I can function without it. But it gives you the clue to understand yourself better, and not only yourself but everybody else. It kind of explain, right? Like we as humans, we're not very different. That's like the more I do the work that I do, the more I understand that we are so one. We all have pretty much the same needs, pretty much the same suffering, pretty much the same pain, and the same confusion. And once you understand how to hold your inner polarity and inner duality, which is doing, I don't need anything, I don't need anyone, right? And like surrendering, being in your pleasure, right? Being in your sensuality. Once you know that they can coexist in harmony, you will start understand other people, and you would also, believe me or not, you start understand better the opposite sex, because we're not as different. We do run energy differently. That's important to understand. And because we
Mhm.
run energy differently, right, we just express certain things in a different way, but at the core, it's the same desires to be loved, to be appreciated, to be in your power, to be in your freedom, right? To basically acquire your inner wholeness. And then the magic happens. You show up in a relationship not as a codependent being, but as a whole being. And then you create the beautiful partnership that has the intensity of passion. And in a relationship, we need to know how to switch. It doesn't mean that in a relationship, woman is always feminine and man is always masculine. But if he's in a masculine and she's in a masculine, there's no polarity, no passion. If he's in the feminine, she's in the feminine, no polarity, no passion. So, in order for you to have a passion in a relationship, you both need to understand the language of masculine and feminine energy. And if he goes into his masculine, don't tell him what to do. Shift into your feminine and receive, right? And if he's going through a tough time, don't expect for him to please you, right? Like shift into your masculine and hold space for him and let him go, right? If you need his space, give him space, stay in your masculine, don't go into
Mhm.
your needy feminine. And this is where people don't understand this, because we're so attached to boxes, right? Through our mind, to roles, right? If this is my role, that's it. And in order for us to have this beautiful relationship dance, we need to know how to switch. So you need to, right? Both of them need to be accessible to you. And that's very sexy. That's what creates the attraction, where you have a masculine, decisive man who has access to his heart, where you have a very feminine surrender woman, but who can actually take decisions for herself and provide for herself, right? It's like to have the anchor and a heart together, to strengthen heart together, creates this like irresistible cocktail.
Yeah, beautifully said. Do you have any classes coming up?
I do. I am teaching my class actually on masculine and feminine this Sunday.
Okay.
And it will, if you cannot attend live, the recording will be provided. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern, and I'll post the details below. The class will cover basics. What is the masculine feminine? What is the empowered and wounded expression? Understanding of polarity, understanding of also Tantra and how we run energy in our bodies. Because as I mentioned, we run energy differently. And that's why there's a lot of confusion. Um, and yeah, I think the recording after the class probably will be available on a regular basis.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
yeah, I'm excited because I feel like it's very needed. Like people think as we talk, people just don't know the value of it. Can you
Yeah.
share a little bit more about how you, because the my understanding uniqueness of your method is that you look at the energies in our lives in general, right? Like different type of energies, and the uniqueness of your method is that you can see what is off balance and then you provide guidance how to balance, which is for me it's like that's the whole point of any kind of reading. It's to get the information. I'd like, okay, I have the problem. How I can get out of this loop. Can you share a little bit more of it about it?
Sure. So the method is based on that ancient knowledge. There are 22 different energies in the universe. And most of them, not all of them, but a lot of them are present in us in different, they reflect um, in a different areas of our lives. Yeah, how we react to our childhood, what lessons we learned from our childhood. Um, what did we bring from our past lives? What are we, who we are in our core? How are we in the relationships? What are the best areas for us to um, you know receive and make money?
Mm-hmm.
And all the energies can be either in the positive or in the negative. And this method is basically diagnosing whether you're in the positive or in the negative. And there's no such thing as being all in the positive or all in the negative. There will be certain areas that you're in the positive. There could be certain areas where you're in the negative, and that's why things are not flowing. The energy is not flowing, it's blocked. And this method, not only diagnosing if the energy is in the negative, it also gives you very down to earth instructions, so to speak, or tips on how to bring this energy back into the positive. What can you do to fix that area in your life? Right. For example, for some people, it could be as easy as just going to the gym and, and just get your body moving, not because you need to be in shape, or not because you need to, for health reasons, but just so that your energy starts moving in your body, and that will release the blockage, right? Or it could be something easy as just gathering your family together and reconnecting with your family and saying thank you to your parents and to your grandparents, and um, emotionally to all your ancestors. So these are very down to earth, very easy to do things that you can do in order to fix certain things that are not working for your life, in your life.
Because my understanding, right, where we have pain and confusion, it's like we are fighting, right? We don't understand why it is, and we usually go into resistance to fight it. And you can provide the guidance how to stop resisting it and how find the flow, right? Because the moment you go into the flow, it's you feel better, your life is more juicier, more stable, more pleasurable, and you are living much healthier experience.
Yeah. Being in the negative takes a lot of energy, right? We are creating a lot of work for our bodies to be in the negative. Being in the positive might be, the work itself might be, a little more difficult. It's never easy. It will require changes, but it will make your life easier eventually when you get there, and you will understand that, oh my God, yes, that's working. Um, so in this way, you are absolutely right. Being in the flow means you are in the positive. if things are not happening in your life, you're in the negative. Even if you think that, oh no, things are great, but great what? What is great if nothing is happening? Yeah, what is great if you're not growing, if you're not achieving more, if you're not feeling happy? What's so great about your life? And
Mhm.
I think being happy is our ultimate goal. Everyone wants to be happy. That's at the core of our existence. Yeah, finding our happiness.
Yeah.
And happiness for everyone is different. Everyone has their own idea of happiness. And a lot of people don't even know what it is. And this method helps to understand who you are and what you need to do in order to be happy.
Yeah. And I love how you said that happiness is so individual and it's just following your truth. But to realize what is your truth, th-
That's the work.
that's the work. Yeah.
That's the work we all have to do and maintain and, develop and grow.
Yeah. Yeah, and I love that when I had a reading with you, I have this tendency to fight, right? To like, it's gonna happen. And you told me that the moment you just trust, like everything will happen in your life. And I felt such a yes in my body of like, finally, can you just trust and follow? And it's so true. It's really it changed my experience in everyday life. Right. Like the moment I realized that, and you're so right, we're burning a lot of energy when we're resisting. And it's a big portion of what is it that I teach and I do as well. Resistance, this is such a waste of our life force. If only we knew that we don't need to be this kind of like a bulldozer that trying to get its way, that the design, right, of the universe is just how to find that alignment, how to find your energetic vibration and just stay in it. And it is true, it's magic that everything falls into places and you would be like, but how? I didn't do that. I think this is kind of like this release and dying of the ego, where it's not about, right, like doing. It's something much more bigger. And it's not that you can figure it out through the logic, but it's experiencing yourself as a creator, but then knowing where to let go.
Absolutely. Sometimes all you have to do is just stop fighting and just let just let it go. Just fall everything falls into its place because not your fight. Just not your fight. And you have some fights, but sometimes you don't. And life, you don't have to be a warrior. You don't have to constantly, live your life as a battle.
Yeah.
Like you said in your class, it's being a masculine warrior is just one, it's one type of masculine.
Yeah.
There are other types of masculine.
Totally. Yes.
Not everyone gets to be a warrior. um Not everyone gets to be a fighter. And these are just different energies that we have.
Yeah. So beautiful. So, so true. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
Amazing.
It was such a nice conversation that, the
Yeah,
doing, like, using different methods, you kind of coming to the same conclusion about the balance, the inner balance.
absolutely. From my experience, all the things, all the metaphysical things, um, they don't work against each other. They work aspects of human life because we are very complex creatures, so to speak, and different things show us different aspects of our lives. And this is not a competition. You can go to an astrologer and have your chart read, and they will tell you about something, about one aspect of your life, and you can come to me and I can give you your readings, and that will be another aspect of your life. And I actually hear a lot from my clients that they have the very similar results from the astrological readings as well. um, except that my method actually gives them the opportunity to change something in their life rather than just accept it. And then they come to you, and you show them how they can fix something that's not working in their lives. And you can study human design. It will show you how that is different aspect of your life. All these studies are not competing with each other. They are adding to your the full portrait of yourself.
Yes. Beautifully said. True. This is so true, right? It's everything that helps you to get a better understanding of who and what you are. But what I love about your method is that, right, like you give kind of like the path, the bridge, right, like how to get to the other side. And I think that's the most, right, like that's what we're looking for. It's like, I have the struggle, what do I need to do? And that's
Yeah,
right, it's not advice that's going to fit everyone. It's particularly for you, what do you need to do in order for you to find
very.
your
Yeah.
happiness. So it's not a, right, like it's not a common rule or common exercise or something, yeah, that works for everybody. And that's the uniqueness of this method. Yeah,
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
I
Yeah, and I'm
loved
looking
it.
forward to your class on Sunday,
Yay.
because because I love how you give that depth into that masculine and feminine, that, like we said before, a lot of people don't understand how this is working. They don't understand that they need to balance it, that they have both energies, that both energies need attention,
Yeah.
our attention to these energies and to the balance, and how to operate with them with confidence and with comfort, and not being afraid of these energies in ourselves.
Yes. Oh my God, so beautifully said. Absolutely love it.
Thank you.
Love it, love it, love it.
So, you gonna send all the information about your class?
Yeah, it will be posted and the link below, and I'll include information how to reach out to you as well.
Woo, thank you.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Genia. It's been
Thank you.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I know my
think
my phone is dying, so.
and our conversation is coming to a beautiful conclusion. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm so excited that you're bringing this powerful and yet extremely accurate knowledge to the world.
Thank you so much, Maya, and kisses, my blessings. Hopefully, see you soon.
Thank
Stay safe in New York.
Stay safe in
Um,
Georgia. Yes. We're almost done. I feel like a couple more months and we will be on the other
and we
side.
will be, yes, we will be out of the woods, hopefully. So
Yeah.
stay safe.
Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Mwah.
You too. Bye.